The guilt you feel when you take a break isn't evidence against the science of breaks. It's actually a mere reflection of the hustle culture conditioning. I can show someone every study, every stat, every case study proving rest makes them more productive, and they still feel wrong when they stop working. This is a trained response, and it's a problem. I'm on Substack now. I have 300 subscribers in a short amount of time. Yay. And I got a question on Substack this week from a reader that captured a pretty common roadblock to my 3.3 method. He said, I think a lot of people, myself included, try to be objective, but unknowingly operate under emotions. For example, I feel extremely guilty for slacking off. So even though I would want to work the 3.3 rule, I would also not enjoy the rest of the time. And even if you can demonstrate stats and numbers that prove your system works, it still feels wrong. This is by no means an attack on your system. Instead, it's a question: how to remove the guilt. This is one of the most honest questions a business owner can ask, and I super appreciate it, and then the way he delivered it was super professional. I think a lot of you watching this are secretly asking the same thing. You're already convinced intellectually that working nonstop is breaking you. You've read the science, you've probably nodded at the studies, but when you actually try to stop, the alarm goes off in your chest and you can't enjoy the recovery time. We have to understand, your guilt is not data. It's not data about whether rest is right or wrong. Your guilt is an emotion about what you have been conditioned to believe. Hustle culture has been pouring one message into your brain for decades. Your value is tied to how hard you appear to be working. If you're not producing, you're not worthy. If you're not visible at your desk, someone is questioning your commitment. If you stop, you fall behind. You heard this your whole career. Your parents may have even said it. Your first boss definitely said it. Your industry, like their whole definition of success is probably built on it. So of course, when you stop, something inside you goes, whoa, this is dangerous. That little voice is a hustle culture house guest we should have kicked out a long time ago. You can't logic your way out of a trained response, and I wish you could. I tried. I wrote a whole book full of science and stories because I love a good logical argument, but the argument alone doesn't kill the guilt. Something else does. So I go into the full breakdown of this in my book, Take Breaks Work Better. If you want the whole framework and the way out, head to takebreaksworkbetter.com/preorder and pre-order it. Back to the question, how do you actually remove the guilt? It's simple, but not easy. You overwrite the old emotional conditioning with new evidence. Evidence you are going to collect yourself from your own life. So here's the exercise I gave the reader, and here's what I would ask you to do. Before your next 3.3 day, or if you haven't tried it out yet, your first real 3.3 day, I want you to take out a piece of paper. Write down every specific thing you're afraid is going to happen if you take breaks. And don't be vague. Please be as specific as possible. Clients will leave, revenue will drop, the team will notice you're slacking at your desk, a deadline's going to get missed, maybe your spouse is going to think you're not working hard enough. I want you to write them all down. And then do the day. Take the breaks. Deal with the guilt feeling, but work in focus 3.3 blocks. At the end of the day, I want you to go back to your list. Check which one of those things actually happened. And for 99% of you, the answer is going to be none of them. Now your brain has new data. Data from your life, data that's more powerful than any study I could quote at you. And then do it again the next day. And the day after that. Keep running the experiment. The guilt does not disappear on day one, but it starts losing its grip because you are proving to yourself over and over that the thing you are afraid of is not actually happening. And here's the other piece that helps. Pay attention to where the guilt is coming from. A lot of times when you dig into it, you'll realize the guilt, it's not about you. It's about what you think other people will think. What does your team think? Your clients, your spouse, some imaginary person on LinkedIn who will judge you for taking a break. When you notice that, it sounds cheesy, I want you to name it out loud. Something like, this guilt is not mine. It is me worrying about what someone else might think. Look, again, it's cheesy, but I think it's going to start helping you. Most of the time, nobody's thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. They're actually too busy dealing with their own hustle culture guilt. And one more thing, remember, the gallon jug. Your workday is 1 gallon jug. You can't pour more in than it holds. and you've been trying to pour chocolate syrup into a full jug for years because guilt kept telling you to keep pouring. The 3.3 rule doesn't end up asking you to pour less. It helps your focus reset. It actually increases your container. The guilt doesn't get to run your business anymore. Hear me again. The guilt doesn't get to run your business anymore. If you want the full system, the science, the way to put this into practice starting, tomorrow, the book is called Take Breaks, Work Better. You can pre-order it today at takebreaksworkbetter.com. And I hope you do that. I hope you take breaks, work better, freedom better.